Welcome to Wealthy Mind, where we talk about all things finances, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the surprising. Welcome to Wealthy Mind. I am your host, Misty Rose Gold, International Success Coach. And here at Wealthy Mind, we love to help create and maintain a wealthy mind. Whoops. It's a holiday, y'all. I am doing a podcast on a holiday, so you guys get my bloopers today. Memorial Day is the American holiday, and I am one of those crazies that does work on the holidays sometimes. And I have a special guest with me, which is why I made the exception for her. We have with us today Kay, all the way from Denmark. So tell us your full name and what do you do?
Well, I'm Kay Hollender and I'm from Denmark in Europe. And the reason why I say Europe is because there's actually two cities, one in the States and one in Australia. But what I do, I'm a network marketing and I sell aloe vera based products. And I've
Mhm.
been doing that since the 2019. So we were coming up on 7 years and I'm absolutely loving it.
Mm, I love that you love it. Why do you love your network marketing business so much?
Well, actually, I started because of the business. I had a business presentation, and I fell in love with the business module.
Mm,
How you can earn money, flexible, depending on what you do for how much effort you put in. And then after a while, I actually fell in love with the products, and due to my twice breast cancer diagnosis, one in 2019 and again
mm,
last year, the products have just been an awesome help for me to regain my strength and get my energy back. And it
mm,
also helped with the scarring around the operation. So for me, it was just, I love what the products and the business opportunity can do for people, but
mm,
absolutely love the transformation it brings to their lives. And
mm,
the fact that you can actually earn money flexible means that when I started doing this business, I was actually a full-time accountant and I had three kids and a single mom. So for me, it
okay.
was really the way forward for me to create an flexible income so that we can have, for the trips and travels and whatever the kids, wanted extra, like a new laptop all of a sudden or
Mhm.
whatever. And it just gave me the freedom to be able to work how many hours I wanted to put in. So yeah, I actually have four college, university students that whenever they need to have new books or they have a trip coming up, they work their butts off in the business and they just create that amount of money that they need. And it's so amazing. I remember one of the girls used to reach out and say, "Hey, I'm gonna work my butts off, but I need support because I need to figure out how to do it." And I said, "Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
let's rock." And she ended up buying her parents' anniversary travel for them. It was so cool for the
Wow.
I think it was for the 25th wedding anniversary. She sent him on a holiday to Hawaii.
That's
So that was,
amazing.
yeah. So it depends on you can earn as much as you want, but it depends on what effort you put in.
Yeah, definitely. And that's usually how it goes, right? The
Yeah.
effort reaps the reward.
Yeah, because many people say, "Oh, I just will make this joke that people start in network marketing or in MLM or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
and say, "Oh, I've been here for 2 weeks and I haven't earned a dime," and you're just like, "Yeah, but what did you do?" And then it's like, "What do you mean?" Well, kind of have to put in the work in order to get the rewards. You can't just sit back and
Mm.
say, "Oh, come to me." It's not how it works. You have to put in the work for it.
Well, typically when people go into the network marketing, they see somebody that's been in the business for 20 years and it just comes to them. But they put in all the work for, at
Yeah,
least
it's like
a decade before that started shifting into now everything just comes to me, right? So they
Yeah,
see that and they think that that's like how it works, but it's an actual business and you have to put in the work and you have to put in the hours and you have to put in the time, the consistency, the patience,
yeah.
all the things in order to make it work. It's just like a regular business.
It is, and people kind of we talked about. I went to this huge network marketing event in Barcelona a couple of weeks ago, and the theme of the event was to be honest about the business, because a lot of people are hyping up the business, say, "Oh, you can earn money this fast," and "Oh, within 24 hours you've earned this and this amount of money," and it's like, no, that's not how it works, guys. Let's be honest. You
Mm-mm,
have to put in the work. You have to put in the grind. You have to, keep doing it, and
mm-hmm,
the consistency, that's the key. If you're consistent, it's going to work out, but it's going to take
mm-hmm,
time. And you find yourself working more hours in the beginning, and then you kind of hit like 80 hours, and then you begin to see the rewards, and then you kind of come down to a natural plateau around the 30 and 20 between 20 and 30 hours a week. That's
mm-hmm.
kind of the normal for having a consistent income stream using network marketing.
It sounds normal for about any business that's starting up.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter if it's just a trades business or a financial business or a network marketing business. It's all the same. It's a startup. And when you have the startup, you need to hustle.
yeah.
And then like after 2, 3 years of hustle, it calms down and you
It
don't
does,
have
and
to
it comes
hustle as much.
exactly because then you find for us, you find your natural amount of customers that buy monthly. You kind of get that base, and then you start to build your own team, and you start to build your own yeah, your team, because it is called team marketing for a reason. That's because you
Hmm.
build as a team and you rise up as a team.
Hmm.
And I love to call my teammates my business partners, because we're partners in it. We
Yeah.
travel together, we train together, we do everything together. So it's kind of like an extra family. So you have to
Mm.
find people that you want to go on holidays with, if you know what I mean. You have to find people you want to travel with, but you also have to find people that has that drive like you. Because if they don't have the same drive as you, you kind of they kind of not die, but they kind of not get on the same level as you. And that's the point of your business, for me anyway, is for me to push them, because when I start someone as a business partner, it's because I see something they don't. I see the potential in them, and I want
Mm.
them so much to have that freedom where they can, I have a lady who wants to retire her husband, and finally after 5 years she could retire her husband. And then she has a new goal. She wants to retire her daughter and her son-in-law. And I was just like, okay, then how do we do that? And when we keep planning, so she keeps getting new goals ahead of her, so she
Mm.
has something to look forward to. And she's just like, and the best part is she loves what she do, and so do I. And
Mm.
she loves the work, and she loves to be around people. So for her, is this is a natural building a business for her.
Mm.
But there's so many people who say, "Oh, do I have to meet people face to face?" No, you can do it online. I do both because I'm excellent in English. You wouldn't believe it, but but
Hey, your English
yeah,
is great, girl. Come on.
yeah. And for some unknown reason, I feel more comfortable in English than I do in Danish. So it's quite odd. It's quite odd, but
Mm.
that's how I
Mm.
work. I work more on the international space than I do in my domestic space.
Hmm.
But if I meet people at an event and they say, "Oh, for instance, we just been to a running race, sorry, a race for for clean water. I think it was a charity event where we had to run, and it was like a
Hmm.
6K run, whatever." And there was this lady. She came up and she says, "I actually like what you guys are doing. Can I start?" And I was just like, "Of course you can." And then you give her the short version and say, "Let's connect better," because when you're still standing at a at a race, it's kind of not really the place to have a huge business presentation. But you can, just give them a short version of it. And most
Yeah.
people just like, yeah, I would like to know more. And some people just like, "Oh, I'm not good at selling." Yeah, well, you're not really selling, you're recommending. So, and you
Mm.
recommend you recommend, sorry, a movie, or you recommend a restaurant, and you recommend a bag. I mean, how many influencers have recommended people to buy headsets or computers or phones or bags or whatever? But as soon as your friend try to have recommend a product for your friends, it's like, oh, I'm not a salesperson. And it's just like, hey, not really how you do it. You just recommend them, and often you can actually people can actually see it in yourself because you
Mm-hmm.
glow more. I mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
happy and you're I remember the first time one of my team members, she saw a business partner of mine. She saw how we were clapping for others. She was just like, "I never been clapped at." Yeah, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of stiff, and we're just like cheering and jumping up and down. It's just like, "Are you guys normal?" And we're just like, "Yeah, it's because we actually appreciate what people are doing for this business."
Yes. Oh, I love that. So a lot of things have jumped out at me. I have two masterminds. One is growth strategies, one is exit strategies. Excuse me. They're
That's
different
right.
cultures, and the culture of growth strategies is supporting them as they grow toward whatever the goal is and celebrating their wins and then talking through the challenges that they face. And it's like, how many environments do you walk into where you're celebrated and your wins are celebrated? Like, it's not common. Most people
It's
don't
not.
have that space
No.
to be celebrated. So I think it's I think it's wonderful with what you're expressing and communicating of how life-changing it is to
It
have
is,
an
and it's
environment where
yeah.
your wins are celebrated. It's not jealousy. It's not people trying to knock you down. It's like, yes. And that just adds fuel to the fire. And I love that.
Yeah, and the fact that you have that's the transformation we're after, we want people to
Hmm.
see that they can actually transform into something else.
Hmm.
Because everybody, no offense, everybody can work a 9 to 5 job. Everybody can do that, whether it's in a factory or in an office or in the grocery store. Everybody can work 8 hours, but when you work a 9 to 5 job, or in a whatever, you build it. You're not building your own dreams. You're building for someone else's. And
Hmm.
for us to have them see their own dreams come true, whether
Hmm.
it's when she retired her husband, or whether it was for to give her grandkids a trip to Disney World, it didn't matter. It was a fact that she could do it by putting in the effort, and she
Hmm.
worked towards that goal because that was her dream. And for me, for instance, the reason why I wanted to join this business was because I wanted to spend more time with my kids.
Hmm.
I wanted to be able to go to every school event, every um, travel they have to go. I wanted them to be able to go, and I wanted them to take them on trips around the world, and show them the world, and be there for them. Just have time with them, create memories with my kids and my loved ones, because the memories is what we can be rich on. We can't bring the
Hmm.
money anyway with us
Hmm.
when we go away. So for us, it's just, for me anyway, is to create those memories that are everlasting.
Yeah, I love that.
And
So your dreams can come true is the message that I'm hearing
yeah,
if you're willing to put in the work.
yeah, it's not like you can, it's so funny. I think it's Tony Robbins who say that you can't sit and manifest the weed to go away. You kind of have to prune it out. And it's so funny. You can't just sit there, go away, go away, go away. It's not gonna work if you don't put in the work. And it's just like, yeah,
Right.
I kind of like that metaphor because it's so true. You have to
Hmm.
put in the work in order to, get the rewards. And
Hmm.
it goes everywhere. But the fact that this business is where, and yours too, of course, it's just like you're working towards your own goals, your own dreams. You don't work for a boss that tells you have to get this report done in X until days. You don't have that. You put in the work. You're your own boss. You decide whether or not you're going to put in the work. That's up to you.
Hmm.
And I always say this to people when they want to join. It's just like, I will be your support. I will cheer you on. I'll be your guide. I'll be everything you need, but I cannot do your work. That's on you.
Hmm.
And they're just like, okay, sounds easy. Yeah, but it's not. And it's not because as soon as everybody, hits an uphill battle. And
Yeah.
we celebrate our no's. When people say no to the business or no to the products, we celebrate it. And they're just like, why are you
Mhm.
celebrating that? Because every no teaches you something.
Yeah.
Every failure teaches you something. Every success is just a accumulation of all the failures.
Mm.
But you always learn from you learn the most from failures than you do from your successes, and that's important to remember. And the
Yeah.
fact that people, a lot of people hate being rejected, and it's just like it's not a rejection. They just don't like the products right now, or the business opportunity is not for them right now. It's not no forever. It's just not right now. And the greatest salesperson actually is the Girl Scouts. I mean, how many Girl Scouts do you know sit at home crying first time they get a no? They don't. So yeah, it's okay to get a no once in a while. So yeah,
Yeah, it
so
is. And in my world, what I teach people is that it's just try and pivot, try and pivot, try and pivot. I don't even say it's failure. It's just you try something and then pivot.
yeah,
Try and
exactly.
pivot, try and pivot, try and pivot. It's just, it's repetition of doing that. And if you can wrap your
Yeah,
head around it that way, instead of taking it as rejection, instead of taking it as failure, it's put yourself out there, try something, and if it doesn't work the way you want it to, pivot, figure it out, like
yeah,
adjust it, keep
yeah,
adjusting it
exactly.
until it
Yeah,
does.
it works. Yeah, say plan, do, review, and then redo it again. What worked? What didn't work? Why didn't it work? And then figure out what you can do better, and then do it again and keep doing it. Because eventually you're just gonna find out what works and what doesn't, and then you can pivot those that did work, and you can keep building on that. That's how you do it. And it doesn't matter
Definitely.
it doesn't matter which business you're in. You have to keep planning. You have to keep doing and reviewing what is
Hmm.
working. For instance, if you ads, if you put ads in the on Facebook or in the newspaper, for instance. I don't know if you guys have a lot of newspapers still because we don't have a lot here in Denmark, but we do have some, but they're kind of expensive if you had to put in an ad. But you also, if you pay for the ad, you have to make sure it's you get enough sales from that ad in order
Hmm.
to keep renewing.
Hmm.
So
Return on
that's
investment. So the ROI,
yeah,
the return on investment. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So you have to keep that in mind, but it doesn't just go with ads, it goes everywhere. If you put in a lot of efforts on interviews, but you don't get enough revenue for it, then you need to redo, figure out why it doesn't give you
Hmm.
leverage.
Definitely. Uh, Marketing is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
So,
it was
uh,
just what popped up
yeah.
in my head. Sorry.
No, 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 no. I'm like, Misty, don't go down that rabbit hole. So, financial freedom is a word. Well, you brought up freedom, and financial freedom is something that a lot of people desire. Sometimes that's their dream.
Yeah,
And business can help lead to financial freedom. Network
yeah.
marketing business can lead to financial freedom. I would like you to share with us what has your journey been? So you had a full-time job when you started.
Yeah.
What is the journey transformed into since
Yeah,
then?
from yeah, since then, well, I started out, it was so crazy. I got out at 5 a.m. in the morning and I would get my kids ready and I had to deliver one for a daycare and one for school, and the other would go on school for himself, and I would go to work.
Mm,
And on the bus ride, I would sit and communicate with people because in my kind of business, having conversations is key. You have to have conversation with new people. And I did that on the train or on the bus, and I would do it again in the lunch during a lunch break and on my way back. And as soon as the kids would go to bed around 8 p.m., maybe 9, I would work again. And sometimes I would get go to bed at 2 in the morning because I had been having so many conversations
mm,
that I kind of got time, because that's what I love. I love communicating with people. I love being around people. And that was how I built my business. And eventually I've been able to retire, and I'm now full time in my business.
Wow,
but
that's
it's taken years.
amazing.
Just saying. uh, I had to take I took 2019 off. That's a good thing about the company I'm with, that you don't fall in level, and you can take
Mm,
a break if you need it. And I, of course, did that during my cancer recovery and chemo and operation. Oh God, yeah. And I had to take 2025 off too because I was battling
mm.
cancer again. And this year I'm just full speed ahead. And yeah, here we go.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I I hope that it's giving the listeners insights. There's a lot of wisdom that you're dropping, and it doesn't matter what type of business you have, but just the reality of you can have financial freedom if you're willing
Yes, you
to
can.
put in the work and stay with it and find the right business for you, right? So you found the
Yeah.
right business. I have the right business for myself. Are you in the right business? And
Yes,
are
I am.
you like, sorry, Trifon, you're gonna have lots of edits. Uh, uh, you're in the right business, right? So are you in the right business? Meaning, is the audience in the right business? If they're in the right business and they're putting in the effort, it will come.
It will. It will just take time. You can't you can't. I used to say this. You can't compare yourself to your chapter one with someone else's chapter 20.
Mm,
You have to go through all the chapters. And for me, it was a lot of setbacks. It was a lot of redo and transformation because I needed to be comfortable in myself, and I had to find my own voice. And um, I did this that I love to learn. And sometimes it's like if you keep imagining that you have two legs, these two legs, you have 1 hour of learning and 1 hour of doing. 1 hour learning, 1 hour of doing. But if you keep learning and you don't do, you kind of
hmm
you
hmm
walk in
hmm
circles. So you have to keep learning and you have to keep redoing, and that goes for every business. You cannot stand still in a business. You need to keep moving, and I also say this to people: start where you are with the resources you have, because once you know better, you do better. And we can say a lot of things about YouTube, but you can learn a lot from YouTube. So
Mm,
if you don't have the money to start a business, well, figure out what you're good at and then watch YouTube videos about that.
yeah.
And then you get better, and then you start to plan. The best thing you can do is sit down and make first you start with the end goal. It's like when you're creating a movie, for instance, you always start with the end and then you work your way backwards. Then you start building a we have this we call the New Year's um, dream. Imagine this: New Year's Eve, and you walk up, you're dressed beautifully, and you walk up to your best friend, and you should say, "This has been the most amazing year ever. What needs to
Mm,
happen for that to happen? What needs to happen for that to be your statement?" So
mm,
then people go back, "Oh, I need to have this," and it can be, "I need to earn $20,000 a month." Okay, what do you need to do in order to earn $20,000 a month? And then you
hmm
keep going backwards and backwards, and in the end, you hopefully have what you need to do on a weekly basis and what you need to do on a daily basis in order for you to reach
hmm
that goal. But do not get discouraged if you don't make it within a year.
Yes, if you don't do it within the time that you've allotted, it's okay. Keep
Yeah,
going. Maybe it'll happen the next
exactly.
year or the next year.
Exactly.
So this is one of the ways that I work with my clients is that we look at what are we doing? What are we aiming for? What is the goal? And
Yeah,
then figure out a plan to reach that goal. And
yeah,
what are the steps that need to happen every single week in order for that to become a reality? But a lot of people don't know what their goal
exactly.
is. They don't
Exactly.
know. And if you don't know, your energy is going to all different things. But if you know what you're aiming for, if you know what the bullseye is, you can concentrate your focus, which is actually going to make it happen faster than if
Yeah,
you're like, so I like to use the analogy of one single shot instead of birdshot. The
yeah,
hunting rounds where it scatters. That's how a lot of people function in business.
yeah.
And it doesn't get you where you want to go. It doesn't produce the results that you were hoping for. But if you're able to narrow it to the bullseye in one shot, then you know where to put your energy. And that's everything.
Yeah,
And that can be difficult for some people who are the squirrels and they
yeah,
like to bounce all over the place. It can be very difficult for them to focus their energy, effort, and thoughts on one thing. But there's a lot of different steps that happen in that one thing. So you never get bored. It's just the focus. Where you focus your energy, everything else follows.
yeah.
And that's your effort and everything that is involved in the business. It's like, it's incredible how difficult that process is for a lot of people, being able to identify the goal and hold the goal until
Yeah.
they achieve it. That's how I've built my coaching empire, but it's not a common practice apparently in most of the small businesses.
It's not because people kind of lose focus on where their main goal was, because then they get, like a
Mm,
golden shimmer thing over here, and then a new one over there, and
mm,
and then all of a sudden it's kind of scattered. But they kind of need to laser focus on that one. Actually, I
mm,
think it was Richard Branson. He has this thing that he focused on three projects or three things every year, and if it doesn't come, if he's asked to do something that's not combined with those three, he doesn't do it. He says no.
mm,
And that's important to be able to
mm,
say, I need to focus on this. And then you have to, let's say you want to earn $20,000 a month. Then when somebody asks you, well, is it going to make you come closer to those $20,000 or not a month? Then you
mm.
have to focus on, and people say, oh, but you have to say no to a lot of things. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do,
do.
in order to get that freedom later on. Right now you have to say a no to, like, family gathering, the Friday drinks with your buddies and things like that, or going
Mm,
to the bar with your girlfriends. Yeah, you have to say no to that to be really, really boring in order for you to reach that goal. But let me put this in this way: when you reach your goal, how many of your friends would you have brought with you? When I
yeah.
Yeah, and people are just like, what do you mean? Well, did you bring your friends
Mm,
with you, or did they drop out because you didn't spend time with them? Are they the true friends? Because if they're your true friends, they will be around even though you don't spend Friday night drinking with them.
mm.
And they were
I
just like,
have to
"Mm,
I have to point something out. So I've been a coach for decades. I know I don't look old enough, but I am. I'm 45 years old. Uh, I've been a coach for decades, and just listening to you, you're a good
yeah,
coach too. Like you have to coach your people, even though it's a
yeah,
network marketing business, you still have to coach your people. So
yeah,
I'm going to encourage those of you who are listening to Kay to consider if you're looking for another source of income, to consider working with her because it's important who your lead is. It's important who the team lead is. And she has the skills to coach you well. I'm listening and I have decades of experience of coaching, and I'm going to confirm that Kay is going to be a very good leader for you. So please, please, please make sure that you get in contact with her if you do want to start a side business or if you want to start something that could be like a full-time business and have that financial freedom and help you achieve your personal goals that are attached to money. Um, if I were in that position myself, I would be signing up with Kay because
you.
she's a good leader and she's going to coach you well. And
I kind of just
this
let's
is
just say
coming
that.
from a fellow coach. Like I don't necessarily think it's all about the products that you're selling. It's about who's leading you. That's going to be the most important.
And we used to say it's people don't buy the products, they buy you. They buy what you
Mm,
represent. And for me, it's always been about being honest about where I came from. Like, I'm a single mom.
mm,
I'm still a single mom of three.
mm,
So for me, it's always been having that balanced life with work and life, a family business.
mm.
That's my biggest goal, is to be able to have freedom with my kids and being able to say, oh, I need to go to a school play or whatever. I'm just like, okay, I don't have
Mm.
to ask anyone to get the day off because I can just do it.
Or you want to take a trip with your kids and you can.
Yes,
like
Barcelona. I brought my oldest son with me, even though I had to go to a event for 3 days. I brought my oldest son with me, and
mm,
it was awesome
yeah.
to have
Well,
that experience with him.
if you're a single lady, you can do it because I'm single too, and I've been single for a very long time. And like, you don't have to have a spouse, you don't have to have a partner, you don't have to have a boyfriend, you don't have to have those things to succeed. So, um,
Yeah.
it's
Thankfully,
important. Yeah,
that
it's a
we're in that age where we don't need that because
it
yeah,
is. It's really
yeah,
important for women to understand these things because we don't have to have that to succeed. And Kay and I are proof that you can be single and you can have a great life. You can find that financial freedom. You can live out your dreams. It's amazing. And
yeah.
I'm going to take it back to the leadership that you offer. If you're looking for a good leader and somebody that's going to hold your hand through the process, not do the work for you, but hold your hand through the process and actually guide you well, I know that Kay's going to take good care of you. And it's amazing that she can have a global business as I do and run a team all over the world. So it doesn't matter where you live. You can just become a part of Kay's team and go from there and learn to love the products. I mean, that's why we're not even talking about the products today because they don't really matter. You'll learn to love them.
Mm. You find your preference. Let's just say that. But actually, most people start because of the products. Where I'm just like, I didn't. I started
Yeah,
because
but
of business.
people
So
coming from the podcast, so it's different. Like when people hear these interviews, it's different. They're going to come to you because you're a phenomenal coach and leader, not because of the product. And it's okay. That's why I'm telling them that they can learn to love the product.
yeah,
You don't have to love the product first. You can learn to love it.
yeah.
So if people want to get in touch with you, what is the best way to do that?
It's actually to reach out on Facebook or on Instagram. My name is Kay Hollender, just Kay HOLLENDER,
Mm,
and you can find me on both Instagram and Facebook. And I usually get back to people that reach out to me. Send me a DM or just
mm.
friend me or follow me on Instagram.
Now, do you have a website?
No, we don't.
No?
Firma
Okay.
gives my company gives you one, but that's too big to promote in here. I can
Mm.
send it to you so you can pop it in, but yeah,
Yeah, we'll share the website on the description.
yeah,
So
no,
you we'll do
I will.
that there. But
Yeah,
so Facebook and Instagram is where they can find you. Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure talking with you. And I know that we met through Facebook years and years and years ago.
yeah, we've been
And
friends like 20. I think it was 2017 or something. It's just like wow.
yeah, and that's the magic of Facebook. It's the magic of
Yeah,
these online platforms. And
it is.
this year is the first time that we've met over Zoom of seeing each other's faces. But
Yeah,
um, when we met, I was married at the time and it was a different life. So,
yeah.
hey, yeah, life is a funny thing like that. And you never know when it's going to come full circle. And I'm grateful to have you on the show.
Thank
And
you. It's been a pleasure being here.
I am so grateful for, okay, we're going to leave them with laughter. Okay, usually I'm like, what are your parting statements or what's your parting words? Like, we're going to leave the audience with laughter. So I want you to share the funniest thing that I've ever heard. And this is coming from Kay in Denmark.
Well,
So,
the first time I talked with Misty, I accidentally told her that there is a law here in Scandinavia. I don't remember which country exactly, but it doesn't matter. That mooses are not allowed to have sex in public. And then this popcorn brain here got to wonder, poor kid. I was imagining this wildlife officer, newest kind, of course, had to dismantle those two mooses. And I was like, who's going to stop them? And who on earth made this law? I mean, that is so crazy. Imagine having two mooses having sex and this human is going up and stop them. It's just like, it's a ton each. Come on, guys. It's really dumb.
This is the
And you just
funniest
imagine those
thing,
wildlife. Yeah, you imagine those wildlife officers standing and looking at one another, going, "Who's gonna stop them?"
right? So if you go to Denmark or somewhere nearby, maybe you might see a sign that says illegal. Moose cannot have sex on the street. What? What? They're giant animals. Are you kidding me? They can have sex wherever they want. Like, it's hilarious.
Who's gonna stop them? It's like seriously, it's like an elephant. Try to stop an elephant. Come on, guys.
Right?
It's so dumb. But that is
Oh,
really one of the dumbest laws I've ever heard. Oh, so yeah.
yes. Well, I hope you guys have found that funny and that we're ending on laughter because I think it's hilarious. She had me laughing for like 10 minutes straight. It was great. So,
It's
uh,
because our imaginations are running wild.
totally. My imagination definitely ran wild.
Oh God. Yeah. Poor
Uh,
kid.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. Well, Kay, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for our unconventional friendship over all these years. And thank you for the laughter. Thank you for being an amazing coach. And thank you for being on our show.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And of course, that's who I am. I love making people laugh. It's the best way.
Mm, love it.
Yeah.
Such a gift. All right, you guys, if you love Kay Hollender, find her on Facebook or Instagram. Wait, is it Instagram?
Yeah. Instagram.
Yeah, okay, Facebook or Instagram. So find her on Facebook or Instagram. You can send her a friend request on Facebook and then send her a private message. That's where we became friends. And just set up a time to chat with her over this lovely thing called Zoom that connects us all over the world. Thank you all for being a wonderful audience. We love you. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your month or week whenever you're listening to this, whatever it is, or the first start of your week. Just make it amazing. We love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wealthy Mind podcast. Please be sure to download the Wealthy Mind app today and make sure to support your local Dress for Success.